Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm Liz and this is Declutter Discontent, where I help women live fully and freely in Christ by decluttering their hearts and their homes. I totally forgot to film an introduction, so I don't even know what day this is, but a couple weeks ago I decluttered my bedroom, and so if you're new around here, make sure to check out those other videos because I am doing a series called 90 Days of Decluttering My Entire House to Build My Dream Life. So in the first episode, I decluttered our living room. In another episode, I decluttered every single baby item that I own because babies don't really need that much stuff, let's be honest. Then I also decluttered my closet as a postpartum mom. So today in this video, you're gonna get to see me decluttering our bedroom. So let's jump in. Okay, let's be honest. I was going to wear this cute top with this cardigan, but it's in the 30s, maybe 40s now. I'm changing, but I did want to wear something colorful and hopeful now that it's officially spring. Okay, I have a couple baskets. If you know me, you know I love baskets. The problem with baskets is, well, I should say the problem is me. I do this pattern so often. I'm a repeated offender. I make a basket of like what I'm currently reading. Then I just start, it becomes drop zone, and that's a problem. So I'm gonna keep this small basket right underneath here on my side table so that it's for books that I'm reading either in the morning or like right before going to bed. So apparently I have some Valentine's Day decor that just got thrown in here because I didn't want it in our living room anymore. I also have the monitor, the baby monitor charger. I don't need that in here. I haven't used a monitor in a long time now, and it just has brought me peace of mind and deep sleep. So our house is small enough we can hear him. He's like the next room over, so we never have issues with hearing him at night. Then I have like Sunday school notes that, because I don't have like a binder or a designated folder, this is why it becomes a drop zone. So that's a problem. I'll have to figure that out. I may just trash them, honestly, because if I'm never gonna go back and look at them, what's the point of keeping them? I have like more notes. A lot of paper. Okay. Oh, this is from a journal. I don't even use the box, so I'm gonna trash the box. I have a notebook, planner, don't use the planner. So in here, I'm only gonna put items that I actually use, like my glasses. Word search, I like doing these at night. Got a cute bookmark. Journal. Got pens, Post-its in here. More bookmarks. I'm gonna put books that I started reading but that I did not continue reading. I'm just gonna put them on my bookcase for now and only put in here what I'm currently reading, because that's another one of my problems is I used to think I was the kind of person that could read multiple books at a time.
So I'd read a little bit of each different book, would never make any progress. So now I just pick a book, I stick with it, I either finish it or I don't finish it, and then I move on to another book completely. So I did start reading this book, which is really good. So I'm gonna stick with it. I'm gonna go back to it and not read these other books until I finish this one. Pencil, another journal that I'm not really using. Photos that I printed recently, a card that I never gave to someone that I was going to. Just like random. More notes just stuck in a planner. I actually use this more for work. So, and this specific journal and this specific Bible, I typically leave in our backpack that we use for like diapers and stuff, because I use this on Sundays when I go to church. So I'm gonna put that back in there. I don't know how it got in here. A lot of electronic cords. Bookmarks, I'm gonna stick in here. Okay, this is all that I put in the basket. I'm gonna put this underneath here. And now, all of this stuff is gonna get put in its proper place. Figure out what to do with these. I'd say my closet is pretty organized, but this needs some help. Levi's napping, so I thought I would use this opportunity for a couple minutes to give a quick update. So the first is we hosted one of 2 moving sales. We're gonna do another moving sale as it gets closer to our actual move, when we get a pod, fill it up, start like actually packing to ship all of our items. So there's quite a bit of furniture that we have to hold on to because we use it on a regular basis. So I tried to sell as much items as possible that are items that we just don't really use as often. So we made around $300, which was pretty good. And the 2 takeaways are, number 1, how have we accumulated this many items? Like, why do we own this much stuff? That's always my main takeaway. It's very eye-opening whenever you have to pack or downsize or move. You just realize how much stuff you've accumulated over sometimes the course of years, but sometimes even the course of like a handful of months. So I haven't been shopping. I haven't been thrifting since January. All that to say is one of my goals was to thrift less because it had become like a weekly habit as a part of my routine. And something that I noticed too about thrifting was that thrifting became my outlet. I think that thrifting became retail therapy for me, if I'm honest. And so I realized that I started thrifting whenever I would feel sad. I would thrift whenever I would feel discontent. I would thrift whenever I would feel lonely. I would thrift. And so it became my outlet, and I still very much do enjoy it, but I think the more content I am in Christ, I've noticed a pattern that I shop less and less now. The other takeaway that I wanted to mention is whenever I host a sale, it really feels like a wake-up call when it comes to my spending habits. When I was in college and my early 20s, and I'd say in the past 5 years, I've really had to get serious about my spending habits and do the math. You know, I've heard the analogy where people say, you know, if you pay $5 for coffee out for a whole week, that's $35. And if you spend $35 a week times 4 weeks out of the month, I don't know how to do the mental math. How many thousands of dollars could you have put towards savings if you just didn't buy coffee out? Easier said than done, am I right? So for you, it might not be coffee, but it might be thrifting trips. So for me, in my case, I was going thrifting almost every single week. And I think about it and I'm like, how much money could I have actually saved if I just didn't do it as regularly? If you're like me and you are ready to get serious about decluttering your heart and your home, addressing your spending habits, creating systems, and implementing boundaries so that you don't continue this repeated pattern of retail therapy, check out my website, declutterdiscontent.com, as well as the links below in the description. I created the beginner's guide to declutter discontent called From Chaos to Clarity.